The Women's World Cup 1999 showed conclusively that the women can play the game with as much emotion, skill, and enthusiasm as the men. The referees must be focused and attentive from start to finish. In this tape, we'll look at a wide variety of incidents, from contact that may appear to be unfair but is not, to fouls and various degrees of misconduct. Let's start by looking at 3 incidents that appear to involve obvious fouls. Yet, on closer review, we see in each instance that the referee was correct not to whistle. In this incident, the blue defender appears to trip the white attacker inside the penalty area. The white player goes down and stays down. The referee must make 2 instantaneous decisions. First, was there a foul? Second, if not, did the attacking player embellish the contact, hoping to draw the call? In the slow-motion replay, we can see that the referee's decision was correct. The defender did play the ball and the attacker fell over the outstretched leg. The challenge was fair.
The chairwoman of this 1999 FIFA Women's World Cup is supposed to be in small stadiums. Here's Parra. Tackled away. She got ball. About 90,000 referees, they'll say otherwise.
Here, the white attacker takes the ball deep into the red team's penalty area, approaching the goal line. The attacker has the inside position on the red defender. Just as the attacker is about to turn the ball toward goal, the defender stretches out a leg. The attacker falls to the ground. Close inspection reveals that the defender tackled the ball cleanly. Even though the defender was in a very disadvantageous position, the defender got a toe on the ball and the white player fell over the outstretched leg. No penalty kick. Another good no call by the referee.
Made by Prince. Might fall for Bundani. Can she make amends? There's 1 minute to go. Stopped the drive by Graves. And Minert. Why she take it out? It's Smizek. And there it is. Sandra Smizek makes it count. 2-0 Germany.
Here you see the attacker, white number 11, trying to follow up on a shot that rebounded off the opposing goalkeeper. Green defender number 2 also challenges for the ball. Both players extend their legs for the ball as the goalkeeper also tries to reach the parried shot. The defender touches the ball away as all 3 players crash in a heap. The referee correctly determines that no foul has occurred. The ball rolls into the path of attacker number 8, who scores a well-deserved goal. Again, another excellent no call by the referee. The advantage clause of Law 5 is a potential minefield for referees at all levels. The basis of this clause is fairness in that a team that commits a foul should not benefit from that foul, and the resulting free kick should not put the team that suffered the foul at a disadvantage. The dilemma for the referee, once a foul has been recognized, is whether to allow the team that has been fouled to maintain possession and continue their attack, or stop play and award a free kick at the spot of the foul. The following incidents show examples of advantage decision situations.
Touches aren't always everything.
Otake trying to get to the byline. No takers. Samida scoring the only goal here for Russia. With 7 minutes left to go in the first half. The sprightly Komarova working into the middle. Play on, the advantage rule used.
Advantage should be used with care in the defensive half. Here we see the perfect application. White runs out of the midfield and is tripped by blue. However, White has two teammates well positioned to capitalize on the opportunity. The two white midfielders clearly show with their body language that they want the advantage. The referee is superbly positioned to see both the foul and the advantage. The referee gives the approved signal and the attack proceeds.
Opened up seats in the upper deck. Capacity last time we checked now is listed at 55,000. Germany on the takeover, then Akers brings her down and she'll get a foul called against her.
Here's a similar situation from another game. Green attacks out of midfield and is tripped. The ball continues toward a teammate. This referee does not see the green player perfectly positioned for advantage and whistles too quickly. Green's frustration is obvious.
Winning the ball, it's got to be frustrating, and that's one thing you can expect from this Chinese team is you get frustrated because you chase and chase and chase.
Sun Wen not picked up by Yeboah. Sun Wen for China. There's Sun. Solomana trying to parry it. Jinyan. Sun in. Just like that. Another defensive.
Here's another great application of advantage. Red attacks out of midfield and number 11 is chopped down by yellow number 3. The referee gives the advantage. The referee allows play to continue, and this time, red scores. Prior to the restart, the referee properly cautions yellow number 3. Every referee must be able to recognize fouls and apply the laws to assure a fair and balanced match. But it's the experienced referee who has the discerning eye to spot tactics and actions that are more than simple violations of the laws. Sometimes players and teams engage in calculated fouls and persistent patterns of foul play designed to intimidate star opponents, or perhaps all the opponents. If the referee fails to identify such actions early in the game, and if the referee then fails to appropriately deal with those who engage in such destructive tactics, the match will degenerate. In a worst-case scenario, star players will be provoked until they reach the breaking point and retaliate, or until their bodies can no longer take the pounding and they're forced from the field. In the next section of this video, we'll look at a series of fouls all committed by players of one team in one match. The persistent pattern of fouling is obvious. The incidents are indicative of players targeting and intimidating opponents in a calculated manner. The pattern of intimidation was evident early in the match. Here in the opening minutes, we see a reckless and dangerous challenge from behind against white number 9. Tackles from behind are always a warning sign. Referees must recognize when such dangerous challenges are intended to make opponents worry more about their physical safety than creating skillful play. A few minutes later, a different defender tackles the same opponent. Two such challenges from behind, so close to each other, should start you thinking about patterns of fouls. It's still early in the first half, and white number 9 is brought down from behind for the third time. Note how the spine bends back in a reverse arc as the green player's weight drives through the opponent's lower body. No card comes out of the referee's pocket. A little while later, white number 6 is chopped down just as the ball is kicked toward the opponent's penalty area. Surely this foul should indicate to the referee that the green team is willing to use any means to stop its opponents. And finally, after a long and obvious pattern of reckless challenges and intimidation, the referee cautions the green defender. In the end, justice was served and white scored from the free kick. A few minutes later, there's another reckless challenge from behind by green number 2. The charge is directly in the spine area, and this is always a foul since there's significant chance to injure. Also note the body contact with the ball still 4 to 5 yards away. Green has no chance to play the ball. It's now the second half, but the intimidation continues. Here, while jumping to head the ball, green number 18 puts a foot into the upper body of white number 9, the star opponent. Green number 18 did play the ball. However, given that white number 9 has been pounded from the opening whistle, the referee must consider the possibility that this contact was not accidental, but rather a cynical attempt to intimidate or injure the opponent. Two minutes later, and it's green number 18 provoking and antagonizing. First a push in the back, then to the neck, then a thigh into the opponent's backside. Note the exasperated expression on number 11's face. It's a warning sign to the referee. How much more of this are you going to allow? Players will accept opponents beating them with better skill or tactical superiority. They will never accept an opponent cheating or using unfair or unsporting tactics to con the referee into awarding free kicks or issuing cards. Let's look at 4 blatant examples of attempts to deceive the referee. Blue number 9 advances the ball toward white's penalty area. White number 4 tries to poke the ball away, but neither touches it nor fouls the blue player. But blue dives over the extended leg and crashes to the ground. It's a blatant dive, but the referee buys it, and you can see white's frustration and anger at the success of this unsporting action. Referees must recognize such misconduct and card players accordingly. In this situation, there is some slight contact by the white player. Blue takes this opportunity to embellish this contact, successfully deceives the referee, and draws a foul. The end result is a goal. Same blue and white players later in the game. Blue runs into the back of white, and there's marginal contact. But blue collapses, and the referee buys it again. Another dive, another free kick, and almost a goal. Same game, second half. Again, blue number 9 is dribbling toward white's penalty area. And again, the player is challenged by white number 4. This time, blue is fouled. And the player continues the pattern of misconduct by embellishing the simple trip and simulating injury, rolling on the ground in apparent agony, trying to con the referee into carding the opponent. Referees must recognize and sanction such misconduct. Failure to do so is likely to spur the players into taking matters into their own hands. Obviously, referees cannot read the players' minds. But referees must recognize what happens in front of their eyes and judge the results of challenges in terms of both the letter and spirit of the laws. What's fair? What's right? How much force is reasonable and allowable in any particular situation and in sum total for the game? The referee must be able to detect tactical fouling and decide if it rises to the level of a caution or send-off.
Mexico will have a throw in. And that's not the way they drew it up. And a little hold and anything else? Just a warning. Well, the Italian player's right. It should be a card on a blatant hold like that. Furlani is correct.
Here, white wins the ball and begins a counterattack. Green grabs white's shorts, causing white to fall. Green goes to ground as well, perhaps hoping to confuse the referee as to who's at fault. The referee is well positioned to see the holding and the open field in front of white. The referee must decide if the holding is blatant and merits a caution.
Ready to mix it up. Mia Hamm. Cindy Parlow. Cindy Parlow. Foul just outside the penalty area. And another free kick. An even more dangerous position.
And a yellow card at that.
Shown to Jana Rasmussen in the 11th minute. The yellow card caution if you're new to the...
Sometimes the referee calls a foul and lets the game restart without so much as a word to the players. Other times the referee must deal with misconduct. Here we see red number 12 about to shoot from just outside the penalty area. White number 8 catches red's kicking foot from behind and prevents the shot. Though the foul does not appear to be malicious, it is nonetheless unfair and tactical. The referee quickly assesses the situation and issues a caution. Players will accept the simple foul and will get on with the game. However, they will not accept excessive, dangerous, or repetitive challenges that have the potential to put them out of that game, perhaps out of the game forever. The referee must recognize and deal promptly with foul play that is more than a simple mistimed tackle or inadvertent trip that players accept as a part of the game. Ankle, heel, and leg contact from all angles, not just from behind, could rise to the level of reckless or excessive force. The referee must caution or send off if it is appropriate.
Got in. Apparently they were calling for a handball, which could have been another PK. If you add that up, it could be 3-2 Italy.
Denail is back on, and what a collision that was with D'Ostolfo.
There can be a fine line between fair and foul play. That's obvious when we hear, "I got the ball first, ref." In fact, a player may get 100% ball in the initial contact, yet the referee awards a free kick, typically for secondary body contact. Here, yellow number 2 goes in very hard to clear the ball and makes contact well away from the opponent, a fair challenge. But then momentum lifts the player several feet off the ground and yellow crashes violently into the opponent. There's the dichotomy. Despite a fair initial challenge for the ball, this referee felt the yellow player was playing in a reckless manner, and a caution was issued.
One-on-one situations have had a couple of fouls and one penalty, which was a bit debatable, but that is a tough challenge from behind, and that's got to be a yellow card, yeah.
Here, yellow number 17 challenges from behind and appears to make first contact with the ball. However, the player's follow-through is reckless and it's cautioned. While touching the ball first is a requirement for a good tackle, that in and of itself does not automatically make the challenge fair. Players cannot launch themselves through the legs of an opponent.
For Russia going into this tournament was pretty solid. They won the Varna Cup held in Bulgaria, defeating Scotland 3-0 in the final. Kanasiova is down.
Red number 4 challenges white number 4 as the ball heads into touch. White expects contact higher on the body while moving to shield the ball. However, red makes contact with the opponent's ankles in a reckless challenge, though one without apparent bad intent. Still, given how vulnerable white was at the moment of contact, the referee must discipline the red player.
near sideline. Oh, she got chopped. The advantage call, but they could come back and give a card out, and they should, to Ager. Ajayi committed that foul. Mayhem very slow to get.
This is simply a flagrant, brutal challenge from behind, done without regard to the opponent's safety. That the referee did not send off the offending player was surprising. That there was not even a caution for the crude tackle was incredible. Players must be protected from such callous, foul play.
Fans who have left certainly missed a great ending to a night, and it's not even ending yet. If this result stands, extra time involving the golden goal, which is sudden death overtime, and Maicon is hurting. There's a yellow card for Abri.
Here, yellow number 7 fools the opponent with some skilled and clever footwork and is chopped at the knees for the effort. Green number 18 takes yellow down with a wild and reckless tackle. The referee has seen enough. It's a second cautionable offense, and the referee sends off the offender. The moment of truth often comes when the referee decides whether a foul involves an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. The referee's decision must be quick and accurate, for these incidents may involve a dismissal that may affect the game from that point forward. For a player to be sent off for interfering with an obvious goal-scoring opportunity, 4 elements must be present. The number of defenders. Not more than 1 defender between the foul and the goal, not counting the defender who committed the foul. The distance to the goal. The closer the foul is to goal, the more likely it is an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. The distance to the ball. The attacker must have been close enough to the ball at the time of the foul to have continued playing the ball. The direction of play. The attacker must have been moving toward the goal at the time of the foul. If any element is missing, there can be no send-off for interfering with an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. However, in and of itself, the foul might warrant a caution or send-off for some other reason. Let's look at 3 examples.
Middle field, but actually Knudsen has had tremendous endurance and speed.
Bad pass there by Canada, intercepted by Ornes, and a foul from behind. It's not called, but now it will be as the official runs over to the player. An obvious push from behind on Tornigan-Frustel.
The law is clear. If a player denies an obvious goal-scoring opportunity, that player must be sent off. Here we see white number 7 dribbling toward the penalty area. With only the goalkeeper to beat, the player is brought down from behind by red number 4, 1 yard outside the penalty area. The referee correctly whistles the obvious foul, but does not show a card. What do you think? Was the red teammate running from the left side of the screen positioned close enough to negate an obvious goal-scoring opportunity?
The lineup and show that she deserves it. Here's Sawa. Taki back to Sawa. Nice little opening there. Oh, that's got to be a foul, and it is.
Well, they've been threatening several times to make that given.
Here we see white number 8 running onto a through pass and heading straight at goal. Just outside the penalty area, the attacker is pushed over by red number 4, who has no chance and makes no effort to play the ball. This is an obvious goal-scoring opportunity denied.
Genevieve Clonty again, number 20. There's the captain, Alberta Saki, give it away. Van Yu-Ji, and here's Xiang, the substitute, and she was taken out. Ansah going back, and the foul just inches from the penalty.
Here we see red number 7 running onto a through ball and heading straight at goal. Red has only the goalkeeper to beat. Then yellow number 4 trips the attacker a few yards outside the penalty area. The referee is well positioned to see the foul and to judge whether a goal-scoring opportunity existed. The referee promptly determines that the opportunity did exist and yellow number 4 is sent off. Nasty, vicious, game or career-ruining tackles done with straight legs, knees locked, and studs up are fouls that the referee must stop immediately with decisive action. A referee who fails to recognize and/or deal promptly and forcefully with flagrant misconduct runs the immediate risk of losing control of that match. Players must be protected. When the referee fails to do this, offended players and their teammates may take measures into their own hands and seek their own form of justice.
Beaten China once before. That was back in November of 1997. The other 5 meetings between the sides going China's way, and there might be an early caution. It's a red card, would you believe?
In this sequence, less than 2 minutes into the game, red defends against green along the left wing. As red number 14 clears the ball, green number 13 jumps and goes in late with a straight-legged, cleats-exposed tackle. Though the green player may have had no malice, the excessive force and mistiming of the tackle are obvious. Red number 14 is completely upended, landing on the neck and shoulders. Here, the referee is well positioned to see the foul. The referee moves in with a strong whistle and clear body language, sending off green number 13 for serious foul play.
High. Wu is back with us after being stretchered off, and there's Yapoa lunging in. Goodness gracious me, she better be careful. He's already been booked. As I said, many people...
Yellow number 3 is defending red number 11 down the right wing. Instead of safely tackling for the ball, the player jumps in with a cynical and cruel challenge, kicking past the top of the ball with one leg and sweeping the opponent's legs with the scissoring trailing leg. This is extremely dangerous and can easily lead to serious injuries. The referee's body language seems to indicate that the referee does not recognize the seriousness of the challenge. Incredibly, even though yellow number 3 already has a caution, that player is not sent off.
The bench is the most athletic team for the United States, which is amazing.
Left side of the field. That was a tough challenge. And Foudy felt that, and she might for a while. And the referee's coming over.
Some challenges have the potential to end a player's career. Here, red number 10 jumps and exposes the cleats and goes straight-legged over the ball directly into white number 11's leg. The referee chooses to caution number 10 for the reckless challenge, but the incident surely justified a send-off for serious foul play due to the excessive force involved and the fact that the tackle connected so dangerously with the opponent's leg.
Fuma, as we said, looks phlegmatic at times. Earl Artis with the ball. So to step on by Jean. Waved away.
Following any hard challenge or foul, the referee must watch for provocative or retaliatory action. Here, yellow number 15 is fouled by red's number 14 and number 6. The whistle blows and immediately blows again when yellow number 15 steps back onto red number 14's outstretched arm and then intentionally stomps on the player's hip. This is outrageous, cynical, and provocative misconduct, and it must be dealt with forcefully by the referee. Unfortunately, there seems to be no communication between referee and assistant, and no card is shown.
Tina.
In the corner, it's Gustafson. Gustafson taken down hard, but only after she was doing a little pushing of her own.
This was arguably the most cynical incident at the Women's World Cup. Textbook provocative misconduct. White number 8 attacks and is defended by yellow number 19 all the way to the corner flag. White pushes yellow and tries to turn with the ball. Yellow recovers, puts it into touch, and then retaliates by kicking white and raking cleats across the upper calf. This is violent conduct, and the player must be sent off. But incredibly, neither official seems to recognize what's happened. No card is issued. The referee must have the understanding and common sense to differentiate the simple foul from the cynical and intimidating challenge that mandates something more. If not dealt with promptly and firmly, fouls and misconduct of the type you've seen here can easily lead to ill feelings among the players, team officials, and spectators. The players expect and are entitled to your full focus, attention, and dedication. It's your responsibility to uphold the integrity of the game with the respect it deserves. You are the guardians of the laws and the spirit of fair play. Remember that every time you walk onto the field.